Now there are a few things to keep in mind when you want to animate the Wiggly selector. The most important is that you do not animate wiggles per second. Notice if I turn on the stopwatch for wiggles per second, I get a hold keyframe. What this is telling me is that although I'm allowed to change the value for the wiggles per second, I'm not allowed to interpolate between two different values. So if I can't animate wiggles per second, how do I fade up the effect and fade it down again? Well, you do that by animating the minimum and maximum amounts. I'll turn on the stopwatches for minimum and maximum, and we'll go to the middle of the animation, say at 2 seconds, and we'll create keyframes here as well. Now at the beginning, I'm going to change this to 0, 0. When I set max and min to 0, the Wiggly selector has no effect. But as that value increases, at 100% and minus 100%, the full effect of position, rotation, and fill hue are having an effect on the characters. If I wanted to fade it out, I could simply create another keyframe at the end that has minimum and maximum set back to 0. So let's just do that. So now whenever I'm preview, the effect fades up and then fades out again. If I like, I could select these two keyframes in the center, press F9 to add easy ease in and out, and that will increase the effect in the center of the animation. Let's say I'd like position and rotation to fade out, but I'd like the colors to keep cycling. Well, that's easy to do as well. In this case, I would remove the keyframes from the end of the animation so that the colors could keep changing all the way to the end. Now I can decide how I want position and rotation to fade out. Now currently, position is set to 50 pixels on the y-axis and rotation to 25 degrees. So let's say I'd like them to continue wiggling for about a second and then to fade away. I could turn on the stopwatches for position and rotation, press end to jump to the end, set position to 0 and rotation to 0, and now the effect will be gone by the end of the animation. So it fades up, wiggles for a second, and then sits back down again. And of course I could change the timing of those last keyframes so that there's about a second or so of just the colors changing. And so on, you have full control over the timing. Now at first glance, the Wiggly selector appears to do very fun things, but it can actually be used for some very sophisticated animations. So when you're playing around with the text animation presets that come bundled with the program, and you find the Wiggly selector applied, always twirl it down and check out the settings. There's always something new to learn.